Why must I cry? It hurts, y'all. It hurt. It still hurts. Man, let's go get this thing started,
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I felt like I should probably do like a new intro or something like that. But that's it's still hidden. I still love it. Every time I hear it, it's just it's great. Makes me feel a little bit better about taking such a big L this past weekend. Anyway, welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your couch writer Raven saying, hey, thanks for rocking with your boy. You could be anywhere in the world, but you here rocking with your boy. And I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell if you know when it's going down. So you know when it's going down, folks. I want you to be here as we go through this tough off season. We can be there to support one another. And for those of you who are new, you can be here and be uplifted by the cool people in the room because we got great continuity here. We got great people who are consistently coming. And I appreciate y'all. Even if you are Steelers fans, they happen to come into the room and want to yell things on the timeline like "Go Steelers." That's the first comment. Like, how dare you? How dare you, sir? We love you anyway. Lisa, yes, I know there are times that it's going to be tough Sunday. I'm going to still watch the Super Bowl, and my trash talking son will probably still be there talking that nonsense as usual about the Chiefs, but it is what it is. We're going to move forward. So anyway, I'll go ahead and pop your comments up here. Let's see who made it to the room. Like I said, Kennedy said, go Steelers. Man, y'all been at home for a minute. Y'all don't went on vacations. Y'all don't went on cruises to the Bahamas and whatnot. Tomlin's sitting here with his toes in the sand. He don't even care right now. Because y'all been on vacation, man. We just 1 week into it. We lost half our daggone staff, but it's all good. It's all good. Lisa says, hey, Jermaine Cameron, if you think I'm watching Super Bowl on Sunday, you're crazy. I have my Dick Clark videos that make me happy. Go Niners. All right, we won't get too crazy into the comments, but just know I am grateful for each of you here. Whoever Facebook user is, go ahead and come over to YouTube and hit the like button, hit subscribe, smack the bell, because I don't know who you are and it's not showing who you are. I imagine out of all the people in the world that's on Facebook, first is Jose. It's probably Jose. That's just my guess. All right. So, yeah, Kenny D, Brooke, Lisa, appreciate y'all coming through. And there's one other one in the room who probably hasn't announced himself. That's probably was our Facebook user, but let's keep it rocking. Let's move into our motivational moment. The reason I'm going a little fast is because, my job sucks. And I got some pretty nice. It's an okay job. I just have a tough briefing in the morning. I got to get through it. So, good times. Motivational moment for today. Talk about it. Y'all remember when you were dreaming about like your dream vehicle or some huge goal that you wanted to get to, and then you got there, but then you wanted something else, and you just kind of moved on from that thing that you had been working towards or something that you dreamed of, and you got that thing that you dreamed of. You always dreamed of it. And you just moved on and forgot about, okay, like how much do I appreciate where I got? So today's quote is, remember that once you dreamed of being where you are now. So, I think about it when I think about different cars, right? Like when I was growing up, I just wanted a car that I could call my own. And I got that car that I could call my own once I joined basic training. And I got out of basic training. I went to tech school. I came home to my first base. And on my way going to that first base, I stopped past the house, and my mom, she took me to a dealership, and I got a Chevrolet Malibu, a 1999 Chevrolet Malibu, and it was mine. And I was so happy to not have to take the bus or the taxi cabs that were, crazy taxi cab drivers back in the day. Dudes was like driving like Dukes of Hazzard, ramping over railroad tracks. The bus I hopped on, this guy was digging his toes with the screwdriver. Just to have my own car, I was so grateful. But then I moved on, and I wanted a Trans Am, the Firebird, the T roofs, the T top roofs. Oh man! And my mom, she was like, "No, I'm not co-signing on it." And I was so mad. But I forgot to appreciate what was in front of me. Right now, if I had that car, the best thing about it, it would have been paid off, and whatever issue I had with it at the time, I probably could have paid for. I just traded it in and got the new gold, got a new car, a Mazda, and then moved into a Cherokee, and then that turned into other vehicles, and so on and so on. But I didn't appreciate what I had right there. So I want you to take about a couple minutes, after the show, and think about it. Maybe even write it down. What you're thankful for right now that you currently have that you worked very hard for. For me, currently right now, it's the Senior Master Sergeant strike. I worked hard for it, and while I'm going through a little bit of heck right now for it, I'm appreciative of it. I appreciate the moment. I dreamed about it, had a countdown on my phone, all that. I got here. I got the truck that I want. It's beautiful. I love my little Luna. I need to be stuck in that moment, appreciating those things that I have in life. And I hope you do too. So that is your motivational moment. And of course, when it comes to appreciation, look, some of y'all you need to be a little bit more appreciative of people who show up on time. Like Brooke, and actually tonight, Cameron, folks. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
All right, we see you in the dark. You a light skinned brother. You supposed to be able to be seen a little bit better than that, man.
Oh, son. We driving. Chill out, man.
Yeah, man. So I was going into appreciation, but another piece of appreciation. We need to appreciate John Harbaugh a little bit more,
Yeah, there's no appreciation for Harbs. None. A lot of shit fired at the man, but they come with the losses.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I guess we go into the first topic here. Let's not send Harbaugh up the river. Like this, that family, the Harbaugh family, is a winning family, and we know this. We know this. It's just right now we're in a moment, and people want to just go after Harbaugh like he's the worst coach in NFL history, and that's not the case. This was the greatest team the Chiefs have ever faced. We just fell on our face for a couple of mistakes and some penalties. Had it been without those things, no matter what the game plan was, we put ourselves in position to win that game, but we also put ourselves in position to lose that game with dumb penalties, fumbles when we didn't need it, throwing in the triple coverage. The game plan could have been more towards the run, things like that. But ultimately, this was a really good year, and that's why it hurt so bad. It's why Baltimore is struggling right now because of the fact that this team was better than any Ravens roster we've had in a while. And I say that because we look better than everybody in the league. We did until Sunday. Until that past Sunday, we look better than everybody in the league. Previous years, it didn't hurt so bad because we had excuses. Lamar was hurt. Oh, Lamar was in a contract year. Oh, we had no running backs. Oh, we had a defense coordinator who liked to spam the blitz button. We had really legit excuses. We were missing pieces. We didn't have any wide receivers. People have yelled that for years. But this year we had everything we needed, and I think that's why it hurt so bad. What do you think, man?
I think that's part of the reason. I think another part of the reason is that we, like you said, just backing off of what you just mentioned, we beat ourselves more than they beat us. That's another reason. Bad. I mean, we got to say bad coaching. We also had to say we got to blame everybody. Take a bit of the blame, not just the offense, the defense too, for the stupid penalty. Some of the penalties were unnecessary. You already know that we have to know. Everybody had to know. Every player had to know. What kind of refs we were going to be dealing with. Everybody, they always throw against their home team. That Travis Kelce definitely knew because he didn't get anything thrown on. So he probably already had in his head, like, I'm gonna do whatever I want because nothing on me. You know, should the refs have called the game fairly? Absolutely. Should we have run the ball better? Absolutely. Should Lamar have thrown that ball in double coverage? No. But should it have been a PI? Absolutely. Should the other one been a PI? It should have been 2 PIs on likely.
Yeah, the one that was unlikely.
Yeah. It should have been two PIs on when Odell was being held. Absolutely. They didn't call anything on them. But again, we didn't run the ball.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like put on Lamar, like he didn't play his best game.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't play. He far from played his worst game. And everybody's saying, I hope it wasn't in his head that he shouldn't run the ball, but it just felt like they didn't want him to run the ball. Mm-hmm. And then he's saying that, you know, it was like he had a run pass option, but he chose to throw the ball. And I'm kind of like, okay, if you see that, this goes back to bad coaching. And this is me not just talking to, this goes back, not just me talking to fans like ourselves, but people that played the game at the highest level. Like, that's bad coaching. They should have said, look, we're going to run the ball here. We knew that we had the defense knew they had to snap Travis Kelce. What did Casey do? Still throw it to Travis Kelce. You stop me until you can't stop me. They know we the best running team in the league. What did we not do? Run the ball because they want to crowd the box. Who cares? Run the ball until they stop it. We beat the same defense last week, the week before against the Texans. They did the same thing. They actually blitzed more. And yes, they were disguised. So why didn't we have any if you're going to throw the ball, why weren't any of those blitz packages picked up? Why was all the routes by the receivers ran down the field? Why was somebody, you know your man ain't in front of you, why you not stopping right then and there? I'm here. Nobody was doing that. It just was weird. Bro, it was the weirdest game I've ever seen. And then when people start throwing up all the stuff about the superstitions, it was fixed, blah, blah, blah. They want to see Taylor Swift. And I don't want to believe all of that because I'm not about, you know, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be that type of vibe, you know? And then it's like, it just was weird. If I don't know how y'all felt, but it felt weird. It felt weird. It didn't make any sense. Even Odell was like, yo, why you ain't running the ball? When Odell is saying to Lamar, you so dynamic with your legs, why aren't you running? I don't understand what's going on. Something's going on. And Odell and Lamar don't have an answer. Something that we don't know is going on. And it didn't make any sense. Now, I am going to say,
it had them vibes of I mean, remember when the Patriots played the Seahawks, and you got one of the best runners in football, right? You know, Marshawn. That's where it felt like to me. They went exactly against their identity for a matter of pride.
That's the perfect example. But I just don't understand because from what I'm getting is that it wasn't, you know, that wasn't in Lamar's head, but it didn't make any sense because the one design run that you had for Lamar, we had 2 runs. One in the third quarter, one that he almost blew up for, like he almost took it to the house. If he'd have just had the ball in his outside hand, he'd have just started. He would have just ran instead of, you know, trying to stiff arm Snead off of him. It didn't make any sense, you know. And then people made, you know, everybody, you know, Flowers made a mistake. He shouldn't have reached out. He's a rookie, but at this point in time, you played enough football that you know that you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
like even
he was hungry in a hot moment. It was a big mistake. You know, I think he made 2 mistakes on that drive that cost the Ravens on that.
Yeah,
and then the third mistake was hurting his hand.
No, but I'm not. Sorry, to cut you off. If you're gonna call a taunting penalty on him, why you ain't call anything on Kelce? So it was so much going into this game that mentally would disturb you. Just if you think about psychologically, and I tell people this, you could throw people off their game if you just mess with their psyche. Like think about before we even got on offense for the second series, how many penalties were already thrown on the defense? It was already 2 or 3 penalties already thrown on the defense, starting the game off on the first drive, and then it happened on the second drive. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird. It was like, okay, Jokers is undisciplined, but you gonna blame the coach. At some point in time, you can't blame Hawks for that. These are veterans. They know what it takes to get there. You know what it is. Roquan's a veteran. Clowney's a veteran. Van Noy's a veteran. And I know what Van Noy was trying to do really wasn't trying to start now. He was trying to break it up, but he did butt him. But you gotta know it's the playoffs. Why everybody knows it's gonna get chippy. Like, it just was weird. Like, Spags didn't do anything different. It's like you wanted to see David and Goliath in the Super Bowl. Goliath really is Kansas City. David is the 49ers. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because, what up, in Greg? The reason I say that is because nobody thought Brock Purdy was going to be there. You know what I mean? Yep. So, I'm just venting a little bit, but it just, to me, I don't know how y'all feel. Totally weird. It was a weird game. I'm not even interested in the Super Bowl, to be quite honest with you. I
know, it's just like such a weird feeling. I'm like, do I even want to watch it? Now, I just committed like probably 5 minutes ago to going over to a friend's house. He's a 49ers fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know if my son's a Chiefs fan. I'm sitting here just on the fence, just like, can we end it in a tie? Like, I don't know. I got some really cocky cousins who like to talk all this trash about Niner Gang. And then, of course, my son is the mouth of the South, like just trash talking like crazy when it comes to Pat.
Yeah, I'll be watching halftime.
Yeah, it is just insane. Anyway, but I was just, for me, I said it before on the show before the game. And I said, I hope we don't get away from who we are and stick to the ground. We need to not have a shootout with Pat Mahomes and win the time of possession game. What happens? Ravens come out and go flat on the time of possession, and Pat Mahomes actually wins the time of possession game with plus 30. I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is not who we are.
Bro, they did the old San Francisco, they did the old New England offense with, like, they was throwing screens and like every dip and dunk, the same thing that Tom Brady used to do all the time back in the day at New England. And then you take a big shot. Like, the one big shot at the end of the game, okay, that's up in the prayer. It is what it is. But no one can get mad at the Travis Kelce touchdown, because Kyle Hamilton, he covered him as best as you can cover him. That just was a perfect ball. He put it out at the bottom. But it should have been a Taunton penalty on that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't call nothing. He spent the ball and he yelled at Kyle right then and there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was just tons of disrespect going on that should have been called. And I think they actually, I think we called it even before the game was, when we talked about the ref that was coming in, he had the percentage of calling penalties on home team.
82% of the time they call against the home team. 82% of the time. That's what I was told. And when someone told me that, and then you brought it up, I was like, whatever. It ain't gonna mean nothing. Like, you don't really be I don't try to read into nonsense like that. But it was just, bro, it was just weird. It was just a weird game. I mean, and then it's probably over. A part of it, when you bringing out everybody, like, I mean, it was a party because they were trying to outdo Taylor Swift in Kansas City, bringing them in. Like, you brought in every celebrity you can bring in, which is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing for Baltimore, but it's like, but you overly hyped the game to where it's like, I think that in the beginning, I think the defense was just they trying to be the old defense of 2000. You can't hit jokers like that no more.
Yeah, they literally was trying to get their grounding. Like, I can't give them too much slack because they really did their thing. After the
In the
for the
second,
rest of the game. They really,
Yeah.
I mean, for them to only really allow one big touchdown, like, I mean, they did what they supposed to do, man. It was the offense, and the thing is, the offense, they looked good on the drives down the field. They were getting there. It's just that we couldn't finish for one reason or another, and turnovers really were the story of this game. So what turnovers and penalties.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to harp on it too long, whatever. Last week, we did our morning and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know,
We gonna let it go. I'm done.
yeah.
I'm done with it. Go ahead.
But I
I'm
did
sorry.
want to talk about, like, hey, we lost coaches, man. We lost, and that kind of lets you know what type of franchise that we had. That this wasn't some fluky franchise, and that we just all of a sudden we turn our backs on Harbaugh for. Harbaugh built this monster because he is able to bring in and he brings in coaches that add to him. And I think that's what a head coach is supposed to do. You add those guys around you, they're going to make the whole better. And because of the success they had, we got poached. We got pretty much everything. Like we went through the grader, and they just snatched everything off of us because they saw the success that we had.
Yeah.
So here it is. I mean, when you look at coaches that are able to recover, or franchises that are able to recover after significant losses, or maybe even their franchise going down the hill, there's only a few teams that I can think of off the top of my head that can come back fairly quickly and make things turn around for their franchises. Pittsburgh Steelers is one of them. Baltimore Ravens is another. The New England Patriots. I mean, those are like key franchises. Even the Packers.
Right.
Those are key franchises that can make a turnover within a couple of seasons, maybe 2 seasons, something like that.
Right.
So what we need to do is be a little bit more thankful when it comes to John Harbaugh, because let me tell you about some unsuccessful franchises. So bottom of the pack, we're talking about the strugglers, Cardinals, Chargers, Commanders, Dolphins. Until recent, Dolphins weren't crap. Jets, Colts, Rams. Until recent, Lions, Jaguars, Browns. Sorry, Wilbert. And until recent, the Bills. Those franchises took years and years to turn things around. And we're looking at a guy who just reloads. He just reloads. Sure, we clown, or not we, but there's a lot of fans out there that clown Harbaugh and they clown EDC every single offseason. But when we have a healthy roster, we ready to rock. They build this thing to where when we go into training camp, we are confident. When we go into the regular season, we are one of the franchises that people talk about. Even if our backup quarterback's out there, they know that the Ravens is the team to talk about. The team you don't just walk in and think you're going to get an easy W on. So we can't just talk about send Harbs up the road for this mistake. He's been here before. He's been to the top of the mountain and failed in the AFC Championship before. And what happened? He came back stronger the next year and he won the Super Bowl. So we can do it. It's been done. We've done it before as a franchise. We can do it again. We just got to reload. How do we reload? We got to sign some people back. We got to get the coaching right. I don't know how I feel about a 31-year-old defensive coordinator, but we got one, and it's Zach Orr, and he's a former player for us. He knows the game. He knows the game very well, to the point that he's played it. He gets excited about it, and he was given the option of being a coach. He's given the option of being a coach or being a scout. He chose being a coach, and he obviously brings the energy. And the way that he was able to mentor two of the best of the linebackers in the league, and Queen and Agent Zero. I mean, that shows you right there what type of energy he's going to bring to this field, because those linebackers are flying all over the field, hidden, and he turned Queen all the way to the max. Unlocked this dude, completely unlocked his abilities. Yeah. Like it was a secret code or something on Mortal Kombat. He had select, start, A, B, up, down, left, right. You know what I'm saying? Circle, circle, whatever he needed to do, he got Queen unlocked. And I'm glad to have him as a defense coordinator. I'm curious to see what type of defensive staff he's going to place around him as far as the additional coaches that he has to replace, because Weaver gone and a defensive back coach gone. So we got some work to do.
Yeah, we're going. I hope Zach is the best defensive coordinator we had since Ray Lewis. I mean, since Marvin Lewis. I'm hoping. That's my hope.
Yeah. So then it's like,
that's my hope. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good. I was just like, man, like, what are we gonna do about these guys? But then my next topic, I just wanted to roll right into that one because we got Zach Orr gone. But I want to talk about this 5th-year options, man. So the 5th-year option for Owe, you say yay or nay?
We're gonna pick up both of them.
We pick up both.
Well, right now, on the you don't have to pick it up. I would. I mean, he still had 5 sacks this year, and he didn't play. He missed out, a significant amount of time with that ankle injury.
Yep.
And he showed. I mean, he was getting to Patrick, in the game, even though they was holding like crazy, but he was getting there.
According to Pro Football Cap, because I ain't gonna call him Pro Football Focus, they said he is the Ravens' 2024 most improved player.
Yes, I did see that.
And I think I think he was looking great, looks great. But I mean, when you got a guy who's had more sacks than any defensive tackle for the Ravens, period, you got to give Madubuike some props.
Oh yeah, but you've talked about it plenty of times. It's an unselfish team. They do unselfish play,
and that's where I think it really ties into why we should keep him. With him and the ability to create that amount of pressure, the QB pressures that he pushes on because of that speed. I mean, he really focuses on his legs during the offseason. I think that he is a really good keep for this team, and like you said, unselfish play is what the Ravens have always been about. 60 sacks this year is definitely an example of unselfish play. When you're celebrating another person making an extra $850,000, I believe, for getting the sack, when you could have possibly had the sack yourself or whatever, that's when it's unselfish play. You know that they really care about one another and each other's successes.
I'm about to. I just logged on to my computer. I'm gonna log over here.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, Odafe hasn't had this, magical statistical season. In fact, I think he might have had 13 total sacks on his career. But it's like, so what? This dude here brings pressure. And if Harbaugh and them continue to bring in these seasoned veterans, they just dust them off and polish them up a little bit. And then they put them on the line, and somehow these guys revive their careers because Kyle Van Noy revived his career. Jadeveon Clowney, he proved it. He wasn't the injury-prone guy that I thought he was. He proved me completely wrong. I was very excited to be wrong on that one. Let's pay some bills. I know y'all been sitting in here just chatting it up and probably like, why are they not even listening to a word we say? All right, so we're going to start off with Lisa. All right, Lisa says, Brooke, Mike going to Seattle is a slap in the face, sweetie. I believe, people talk about how Harbaugh and him had it out at halftime or something like that. It don't matter. It don't matter. Well, coaches going to argue or they're going to disagree or something like that. But this is a big opportunity for Mike. Mike came from the college. Mike was a linebackers coach for us, goes to the college, becomes defense coordinator, comes to us again, becomes defensive coordinator. This was the next stepping stone for him. We knew that either he was going to be gone in a week or he was going to be gone in 2 weeks or 3 weeks because we were probably in the Super Bowl. We knew, Matt, we knew Mike was gone. We knew it. Let's not put no drama behind it. And I know it sucks, but but Seattle, they got a great guy. They got a great guy, and I'm glad Mike just didn't poach us for the rest of our defensive staff to build up his own staff. So, I'm grateful for that. And, I wish Mike the best. He's going to be great over there in Seattle. He's going to help turn that franchise all the way around. All right, let's see. Lisa, oh, my bad. I left you over here. All right, you back. All right, so Burke says, I think my biggest issue with Harbaugh is pressers. some of his answers are kind of dumb and pointless. He has to give a little accountability. Well, since we've known Harbaugh, the problem with him that has been consistent, like I said, great coach. And I think you hit it on the head. When it comes to the media, he tends to blame the players a lot more than he does the coaching. When it should be a fair balance of each. So like we have those people who will defend Lamar to the T, and that's in the flock. They didn't defend the flock, or they defend Lamar to the umpteenth power, and then you have people that defend the coaching to the umpteenth power. And sometimes I'm on this side of the house. I'll be honest with you. I have had a bias in the past towards defending the coaching staff, but Harbaugh tends to defend his coaches more than he does his players when it comes to the failure of the games. And I don't know if that's just not him holding himself and his staff accountable, or if that's just he's at a mindset of protect himself and protect his job, and blame it on the players like that. But I think they're gonna pull it together. No matter what the press conference looks like, he gonna find a way to pull it together.
What's good, everyone? Because I didn't say hello. I apologize. I didn't say hello to everybody. I apologize about that. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, let's see. Let me hop off this one, and we'll go through pay some more bills. Let's see. Justin says, with Lamar in the playoffs, they have lost the exact same way. What? No. What are you talking about? How they have lost the exact same way in the playoffs?
They lost the exact same way they lost against the Titans. Yeah, they did. Okay.
I mean, I think in the Titans it was a totally different loss. Though it was like we got caught peeking.
No, we gotta wait for the run in the game against the Titans. But again, I see. This is why I go. This is my reason for saying that I know a lot of people didn't want them to play. I think the Titans. This is why I wanted them to play in the last game of the season, at least for a quarter, because I'm okay with everybody. Okay, somebody, you can get hurt at any time. That's one. Number two, yeah, we didn't have anything to play for, but I'm just talking about keeping the rhythm. Now, if everybody that's professional that's played in the league is saying the same thing, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with the you in the Air Force. If you tell me something about flying a jet or shooting a gun that I don't know, I mean, think I know, but I don't. But you've been through a big experience. I'm rolling with you, though, because you know. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I don't have an opinion. I'm not saying that everybody else will have an opinion. But I'm rolling with who has said it the best. Everybody 99% of the players that I know, whether retired or I've just listened to, have said the same thing. Just play a quarter. You ain't gotta play half. Just play because we offensively, not defensive plays, just offensively. Because offense is always about what? Rhythm. Right?
Yep.
You want to keep the rhythm. Is there echo or is it just me?
I think you got an echo on your background. I'm hearing it. I just want to make sure it's not bouncing over here to this thing.
Okay, no, it might be.
Yeah, but it's like, for me, Justin, I respectfully disagree. Because what I saw with the Titans game, I felt like the defense kind of slipped a little bit early. We let one get past us, and it was they were having to throw themselves back into the game because they were behind. When it came to the Chiefs game, yeah, we were behind, but we weren't behind enough to where we had to constantly be throwing. They could have ran this and controlled this clock, and it was only basically a 2-possession game.
See what you just said? That's the same thing. Like, I'm going back to what I'm saying. Like, we didn't have to throw even in the Titans game. They didn't really have to throw the ball to get back in the game. You got frantic in the first quarter. You still got 3 more quarters. Yeah. It's the same thing with the Kansas City game. You got frantic. You were only down. Honestly, we were technically when they just wanted to keep throwing the ball. We was only down by 7.
Yep.
Both
I agree.
times that we went down the field, they ran the ball more than we did.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't throw the ball more than we did because we didn't have to throw, but like in this going towards the the end of the quarter, end of the second half, and the end of the game, we had to throw the ball. We had to throw the ball. Is there still a major echo, bro?
It's slight. She's saying there's an echo.
What she said? Is there echo now?
She's saying major echo.
I don't know if that's now or that was like a few minutes ago.
Lisa's saying she's annoyed with the non-uses of Dalvin Cook.
That I am annoyed with because I don't know what you brought him. What you brought him there for? What you bring him there for?
Yeah, I mean you got Dalvin Cook at basically the dollar store gem of like price. You know, this is basically, I mean, ideally, if we look at the market for running backs or whatever, this is a $12 million running back for the price of $40,000.
He's just sitting there.
Sitting there. And now, in order to bring him on full time, now we got to pay.
Let's move on. We're gonna get stuck. Let's leave the players alone.
My bad. We there. All right, so
upset. We gonna be upset because we into the Super Bowl. Period.
All right, so the next one I was gonna go into. Well, hang on. Let's see what they say here. All right, Delicious said Dalvin Cook not getting one touch was insane. That we agree. Just saying no carry. Kenny said Cook was too new for the offense. He didn't know the playbook. But I mean, you can go with the thing is about players when you bring them in. You kind of look at their five highlights, so their 5 favorite plays, their go-tos from other offenses that they're in, and see what matches with ours. If you can get them in 3 of those and bring those into the game plan, that's their 3 shots.
Hold on,
you can use those.
Let me correct it. Kenny, he a running back. He didn't need to know much.
Yeah, you just tell him what gap.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't need to know much, and he knew enough. He had 3 weeks. He knew enough of the playbook that they could have ran like at least 3 plays with him. They already feinted one play in the Houston game when they were faking like they won't give it to him and gave it to Justice Hill. So he knew enough of the playbook. They could have used him. They'd been like, all right, we're going to rate 23. We did not run the ball. We didn't run the ball, and I hope I hope McCaffrey get the MVP of the game. That's what I hope for. I hope Christian McCaffrey get the MVP of the game. That's it. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone.
He already gets it. So you know who I really feel bad for is because the one running back who's been with us through every single one of these losses that apparently is just not trusted is Gus.
And he gets 1 carry for like 30 yards, and then they put him on the sideline. And I'm like,
he like, all right, coach, you trust me, right? John's like, we're coming back to you. Go sit down.
We'll come back.
Go sit down, son.
Like I'm just trying to understand. You can't like. I know nobody wanted to Todd Monken under the bus, but somebody did something wrong. Whether Lamar had the keys to the offense, saying no, we shouldn't have ran the ball. We had time to throw the ball. We just didn't have time. We just had to throw the ball. I don't think bro. You're down by 10.
Yeah, I think they shot themselves in the foot when they actually mentioned out there that they gave Lamar a lot more keys to the offense to do what he wanted to do at the line. So then all of a sudden it comes down to it, and if they're seeing more of one thing than the other, then they can actually just wash their hands of all accountability and say it was on Lamar.
It's your fault. It's your you had to.
Yeah, that's on you. We gave you the keys, bro. We gave you the keys. Just
this is and then go back to coaching because you still at the end of the day
over here. That's his fault.
Yeah, coach, listen, man, run the ball. We need to run the ball right now. Run the ball. I don't care what it is. If you're not gonna give him a play and you telling him to run the ball, run the ball. Run the ball. That's it. You ran the ball twice and the only time we ran the ball, we were successful running the ball.
Yeah, when you're the 26th ranked rushing defense in the league, people should be running all over you.
Run through.
We was number 1 rushing offense. Like, come on, let's get it.
Run until you can't run no more.
You know what I mean? I don't care if they had 8. I don't care if they had 9 in the box. They obviously couldn't stop the run.
But going back to your question, should we pick up his option? Yes. We should pick up his option. We only have 3 linebackers under contract.
Mm.
Well, actually 4. I forgot about Ham. We got Ham. I don't know if Tyus Bowser's going to be there. So if Bowser's not there, we got Robinson. We got Adafe. We got Ajabo. We got Ham. And Ajabo's coming off an injury. Ham is coming off an injury. So we really only got 2 healthy linebackers.
I mean, so you got was it Tavius Robinson?
David, you got Robinson. You
Yep.
got David Ajabo.
Yep.
He should be ready for training camp. You got Adafe and you got Ham, who they never took him off of IR probably.
Yeah, you got Ham. What about Tyus Bowser? I mean, we think we're gonna be ready to rock?
I don't think he's gonna be back though. You said you've been, I don't think he's gonna be back. And, they can't talk about his medical. He can talk about it. I think that I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be back.
Yeah, it's just tough, and I mean, hopefully, he's able to.
Valentine's Day, Lisa. And the next Wednesday, I guess we're not gonna see you next week.
I mean, I'm gonna be here on Valentine's. That will.
You're gonna be here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to discuss.
Nah, you're gonna be here.
Yeah, we'll see on that one. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
All right. Let's see. All right. So Justin says, guaranteed Belichick was what happened in that game. It wouldn't have changed. Justin, have you subscribed yet? Because I don't know if you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, man. You're going to do that for me, man. I appreciate you. Pay the bills is here. Says Bowser can get the door. He said Bowser can get the door. Oh, but I mean, what happens if we bring Bowser in on the coaching staff? Here's another great player that transitions in.
Nah, he want to play. He said he ain't retiring.
He ain't retire? Okay. Well, he need to get on this field then. He need to start playing.
He been healthy. So
you gotta get healthy.
Yeah, you either gotta cut him or you gotta trade him. You ain't gonna be able to trade nobody that ain't got no tape. So you're gonna have to let him go.
Mm-hmm. So in order to bring Oweh back on a 5-year option, I think this has to be determined whether they're going to sign him on a 5-year option by June.
I think it's May.
May? Okay, so May, 5-year option, $13 million.
Huh?
$13 million is the price to bring him back on a 5-year option, which is dirt cheap. I'll take that.
But it's not going to hit to next year. It's not going to be this season. Yeah, this season.
It's not going to hit to next season.
0.3 or 2, or probably a little bit lower than that because where he was picked in the draft.
And so the Ravens can make about, let's say right now we're sitting at about $5.6 million in cap space, which is about average. But there's teams out there like the Washington Commanders who got about $83 million in cap space in one direction, and then you got teams like the Saints. They're sitting there. You won't believe this. I looked the number up. How you put a whole franchise $82 million in a hole? $82 million, bro.
They gotta let jokers go, man.
They need a financial manager. I'm telling you, these were these folks that just had they took payday loans as young folks. They just took all types of bad gambles. I mean, they was playing the lotto numbers, like, you know what, I'm gonna pay these folks salary when I hit this week. Oh crap, I didn't hit. It was just terrible mismanagement. And they're not the only ones. There's at least 4 or 5 other teams that are 50 plus million under. 50 plus million over the cap. And I'm like, how are they going to get back under? And still they do the same thing that they did this year. They put things on the back burner and keep restructuring, but they're never going to get out of this hole.
They're going to have to restructure and let some heads go. They're going to have to. We have no choice.
Yeah, so they're going to have to take some negative hits and basically just start hiring scrubs. They're going to have to hire the scabs. That's the only way they're going to be able to. And they're going to have to go through an entire season or 2 with scabs because they ain't going to be able to pay anything else. They're going to have to worry about draft picks. They need all the draft picks they can get.
You're going to have to, if you're going to draft, I'm assuming New Orleans is going to let Mike Thomas. They're going to let Michael Thomas go.
I got to. I mean, production-wise, like, are you getting everything you wanted out of him anyway?
Yeah, you're going to have to let him go.
Yeah.
And then, at least that'll save him something, but that won't put him under I mean, they under because of, I think they still under because of Drew Brees, is it not?
Yeah.
So,
All right. So here's a before I jump on the next subject here, this one just popped into my head or whatever. So I mean, everybody been talking about this whole Taylor Swift kick, whatever. So what celebrity does Baltimore need to bring into town to be equivalent to this crazy bring a celebrity to work day? Who we bringing in? We bringing in Kim Kardashian with Odell. We signed Odell back and been like, all right, y'all need to go and be like exclusive and put it out there. Or
I don't know, but I know one thing: he should have been used a lot more. That's what we brought him here for the playoffs. But we ain't gonna go. We not gonna revisit that. I'm sorry. Too many openings. Go ahead, keep going, keep talking.
Let's see. All right, let's see in your comments. We want to see it in the comments too. Who are we dating? Who we bringing into Baltimore to make sure or to bring this type of excitement that KC is brought in as far as I think she brought in an extra $355 million for that franchise. $355 million brought in. I know that Steve Bisciotti be like probably putting assignments out there like you about to go speed dating, with all these TikTok girls, you about to go speed dating with a couple of movie stars here. This is your assignment, Coach. I'm married. I don't
We
care.
got nobody. Ain't nobody dating nobody hot. We good. We gonna be all right.
Let's see.
I think we're gonna have a better team.
Bring in Jackie Harbaugh. Nana says Beyonce, but we can't bring Beyonce in. Jay-Z, hello. We can't date Beyonce. Who dating Beyonce? Who gonna steal Beyonce from Jay-Z? Who gonna steal Beyonce from Jay-Z? I know it ain't gonna be Lamar.
Not nobody.
It's probably gonna be. It gotta be Owe. Maybe Owe.
No way, no how. Not nobody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe Roquan go over there and just pump Jay-Z and be like, "Look,
not nobody.
She gonna be mine. I'm gonna put her on my shoulder, and I'm walking about it here, bro."
They laugh. Not nobody.
Brooke said Beyonce got a whole husband.
Yeah, a whole husband and a whole family.
We are not bringing Donald in here. They must trying to burn that whole place down. Trying to get to it. Oh my gosh.
We ain't bringing nobody. I think we're gonna have a better team next year, though. It'll be the second year in the system. Hopefully, things improve.
I'm not. As far as offense, I'm not worried in the least bit about this offense. It's only going to get better.
Have a running back that can compliment Lamar to the utmost. That's why I was excited about Dalvin Cook. Like somebody that's really gonna make you worry about him. Like make you like, oh, I'm worried about Lamar running, but if I block Lamar, then I worry about this guy. But I don't know what we're talking about.
All right, so whoever says Taylor has a good reputation and following, who else has that? No one. Nobody is showing up for Kim K like that.
Nobody is.
So Taylor is as big as Michael Jackson, Shannon Sharp. Or I guess Shannon Sharp said that. I mean, Taylor's huge, man. She just, I mean,
all over the world. Swifties is heavy.
Yeah, I mean, we even named our the little Roomba. We named the Roomba Swifty in the house, man. It sweeps the whole house.
If they ever break up, man, it's gonna be the downfall of Travis Kelce.
It's gonna be a multi-platinum hit when she sang the song about Travis.
Not just that, but it's gonna be a lot of hate. It's gonna come. Oh, it's coming. It's gonna be like a horror flick.
Yeah. Justin brought up a good point here. He said the goal for next year is for Lamar not to be the leader of rushing on this team.
If we get a good running back, I would be happy for that to happen.
I need to get on the phone right now, call USC up and be like, look, we want Marshawn Lloyd, and he needs to make himself do whatever he needs to do to get to Baltimore. Yeah. If he need to drop his draft stock like big time and run like a 5.7 40 just to fool everybody, and then we see the real deal later on in a private workout, we good.
Yeah, we did a real running back.
Honestly, I would actually. I mean, being we got partners over in Seattle, they got a backup running back over there that's fire.
Well,
He came out of UCLA.
he's a rookie last year. They ain't letting him go.
Yeah, I'm like, man, maybe we can get that trade. Get a little trade going. Just like, hey, we're gonna make this dude a start over here. Do a little wheel and dealer. We gave y'all head coach. You give us a running back. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to suck it up, brother. We're going to have to draft. He's going to have to draft.
That's true. Let's see. Brooks says, afterwards, Swifty pulled. She didn't thank Celine Dion for her award. I don't think so. I wasn't even watching. Brooke, you too locked in, honey. Whoever says, serious question. Lamar was trying to pass first before breaking the pocket and scrambling. So why was he still the team leader in rushing? Because we
didn't run. We ran the ball 6 times, bro.
That's why we have concentrated runs. They weren't concentrated. This is the play call run. So,
we ran the ball literally 6 times. Both Justice Hill, and Gus got the ball 3 times.
Yeah, Charbonnet. Yeah, that was the name, man.
The whole game. Mm-hmm. We the number one lead rushing team in the league. I have no idea.
Yeah. All right, Justin says Taylor Swift breakup album would be Mary J. Blige level. Oh, yeah, I mean.
Y'all killing
it. And then what is with men calling women other women's names?
What happened? We called you
I don't know. Did we call somebody else?
What happened?
I don't know. Brooks saying we calling women other women's names?
She got PTSD. You got PTSD.
Maybe I said Lisa or something.
Something happened to Brooke. Brooke, you got PTSD. Somebody did that to you. Who called you?
I guess I did it. Oh, I called Lisa Brooke. Oh, my bad. My bad, Brooke. My bad, Lisa. I know the difference between the two. Just saying. I was just scrolling through Click and I was clicking. It was a misclick.
You gotta forget the man. He's married. He done got old on us.
Yeah. And as long as I don't do that upstairs.
I didn't call anybody anything. I didn't say anything about anybody. What she talking about? Both of y'all. Both. I didn't do nothing.
That was my fault. I got to clicking and just started singing.
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the passenger seat. I don't navigate anything. I don't even navigate. He driving and navigate. I'm just sitting right here, Brooke, minding my business. Don't be trying to put it on me. I do nothing.
All right. Nana says, so y'all see I got it right, Nana. Nana says Harbaugh could have had Tucker kick on at least 3 or 4 of those 4th downs, even though we continue to run the run game. But of course, as usual, all this falls back in Lamar's hands, but never horrible Harbaugh. So this is, like I said, it's just going to be the split. You're going to hear this all the entire offseason about whose fault it was, whether it be Harbaugh, whether it be Lamar.
Get to the bottom of
it. Yeah. It's just one of those unsolved mysteries right there, Oh, wait a minute. Brooke. Look, she says, lies. You have called me Lisa before. She said, you did it.
I've never called you Lisa.
Call you out, man.
Brooke, you better. Brooke got PTSD.
Yeah.
I keep messing up. I called him PTSD.
we rusty. We took a week off.
Look, I've never called you anybody but Brooke.
Brooke said, never forget.
Because you're a cook, Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never cooking nothing, Brooke.
That's true. You want him to remember you. You need to go ahead and cook some macaroni, not on top of the stove. Just saying.
Please, Brookie. And I need a picture. Yep. Don't go to nobody else's house and take a picture either.
She's taking pictures of other people's ovens.
Uh-huh.
Girl, this is the camera. Let me get your oven. Let me get your oven, girl.
I made this big bro. They're about to show Ken what I'm talking about. I made this big. No, you ain't making nothing. Not a daggone thing. Nothing. I got. I need a video.
No fake mac and cheese on the stuff. So we might have got it off track a little bit.
Way off track. Way to the left. Go ahead.
All right, so here we are. We talked about Oweh. Now we need to talk about the other guy, Rashad. Baby.
Yeah, they need to. They pick up his
you know, we did hear in the presser that they do want to make this offensive primarily about Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman.
Good.
But at what price? Is this another type of Pat Queen will wait and see type year? Do we really want to make that decision on a guy who's only had a couple of touchdowns? I mean, when I say a couple, I mean not even above 5 for his career for the Ravens.
I would pick up his 5th-year option because this year, his 4th season, it's only going to cost 2.3, and then even his 5th-year option is going to be cheaper than you sign him for a long-term deal.
But that's
So
a $13 million receiver when I can go back into the draft and get another guy.
Still do that. Nobody said you can't do that, but I would still pick up his 5th-year option because he didn't play bad this year, but he didn't play great because he was still the only true healthy receiver that we had in that top 3 between Odell, Bateman, and Zay was Zay. Zay was healthy throughout the whole season except like the last 2 games. So, you know, that chemistry, they're gonna have to rebuild that chemistry. Him and Lamar had some. Look here, oh man, keep going back to this playoff game. If Ronnie Stanley would have blocked, that was a touchdown to Rashad Bateman, y'all. We all know that, right?
Where is
He was wide open. No.
Brooke says, I say keep Bateman. He gets open. Just needs to build the chemistry with Lamar. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Nobody talking about that. Nobody going.
About the which one?
Yeah, y'all not gonna agree with me on that. That was the touchdown. We wouldn't be having this conversation if Ronnie Stanley would have made the block and Lamar didn't get strip sack.
Oh yeah, I think when it comes to the strip sack, I mean that was definitely a miss on him as far as blocking. But I mean,
Bateman was 10. Snead was 10 yards away from Rashad Bateman. That's how he lost. That's how much he lost. So his separation is there. He's gotten the separation back. It's just the time and the chemistry. I just would like, if I could, you're not going to bring Odell back. All right, if you want to bring Nelly back, that's great. But I don't want him to be my number 3. I honestly want Tylan Wallace to be the number 3 because he has sure hands. And he's a better route runner than Nelly. He may not be as fast. He's still fast, but he may not be as fast as Nelly. But his hands are golden. We already knew. I'm sorry. We just got to give the man a chance.
Mm-hmm.
He patiently waited. Didn't say nothing. Hasn't said a dang on thing. And even John talked about how talented. He knows how talented. We know how talented he is. It's just a situation as far as us bringing in other players. So he understood the role. This man, we have 3 good receivers. This is the best receiver core we've ever had this past season. I'm sure. I think we're going to be twice as good next year. Maybe not twice as good, but I think we're going to be a lot better next year. Why? Because we have 1 full year under the offense, and then Todd has an opportunity. He's really seen all the players, all the good players.
I want to see Likely actually just transfer over to wide receiver, man.
No. Keep him where he is. That's
where he is. I just think we have all this action going to.
It ain't gonna matter. It's an unfair advantage to the defense. Why not have 2 good tight ends and be able to either switch them out or have them both on the field? They don't have to. If you want to start them both, you start them both. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't care.
I mean, what about Charlie Kolar? I think Charlie Kolar could still be that extra good tight end.
He's not like you got to be honest. Charlie Kolar is decent.
Yeah, he's decent.
I'm sure he's gonna get better, but Isaiah Likely is different. After the catch, both him and Mark Andrews, once they get the ball in their hands, they're a problem. Once they get the ball in his hands, he's a problem. These are people that they can make things happen. All I needed to do is get a real running back, bro. And there's no shot on Gus. I'm not taking a shot on Gus at all. All I'm saying is we just didn't see our offense. Even Patrick Ricard wasn't even out there that much that game, which was weird. The whole season he been out there. But anyway, we're not gonna go there.
So I think what I'll do is, because we want to. I know we don't want to jump into the draft analysis.
I'm ready for the draft. I'm all ready.
But I have a guy, Damian, and and I think Damian might be able to come on. Damian is like one of the stars of the Draft Network, and I think I could probably get him to come on one of our shows to talk to us about, because he has been studying draft picks for this year's draft since the end of last year's draft. That is how like in depth he has done analysis, and he's been watching tape. He has been making gifts and pointing out what they do best.
Yeah.
He is like super passionate about this. He's got about 3 or 4 different radio shows, writing for different articles. I mean, he found a way to make this into a full-time job. That's why they call him full-time Dame. But he's on the Draft Network. He's interviewing some of these guys. I think we can get him on the show just to talk for a couple minutes about what he sees as far as, just a second. I just asked me to remove something. Let's see here. Okay, you there?
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking at what Brooke just said and pay the bills. I don't see how that's true. He didn't have enough snaps to that. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that at all. No, not that. No, he said not that, but it was what Brooke said before. I don't agree with that for the simple fact that he didn't even have enough snaps to affect the game. Mark Andrews.
Yeah. I mean, you got to target the guys.
He only, huh?
I think you got to target our guys. I mean, I think
got targeted maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I think the game plan, it just needed to go a different direction so that we could actually use play action.
Hold on. Listen. Think about this game for a minute. What's the other game we didn't block in that we lost? Go ahead. We had a big argument. You and I was going back and forth this whole game about this game. And I kept saying it's not just they got to do more. They were trying to set something up. What game was that? But they didn't get away from the run game. What game was that? Think about it.
Was that the Colts or the Browns?
The Colts. No, we only had an argument about the Colts game.
Yeah.
The Browns game, it was
okay. We knew we got lit up across the middle on that one.
No. All right, listen here. Let me just break it down so we can't be. We're going to leave this game alone, man, because it's living in the past too long. It's making me frustrated too. All right. It's not Mark Andrews' fault. You can't just blame one play. He's sorry to say, he's the main target, but he's not the main target of this whole offense. Because it doesn't matter. I don't think it's anybody. Any given Sunday, somebody could be the main target of this with this offense.
I was hoping Aguilar would have been, man. I was hoping Aguilar would have been like the secret weapon.
He wasn't. He already showed he wasn't a secret weapon when he dropped that third down. He was off my list. He catches the ball sometimes, but that particular third down, you got to go to your main. You got to go to your main boy. It should have been Odell. It should have been Mark Andrews. Neither one of them was on the field. You got Nelly in the slot. You know they're gonna try to take Zay out. Why you don't have Odell in there? I don't understand. This is going back to coaching. He didn't throw the rhythm off of anybody because he wasn't in there enough to throw the rhythm off. You got to be in there every play to throw the rhythm off at least 80% of the plays. He was only in there for like not even 50% of the time. And then what threw the rhythm off is Lamar didn't have any time to do anything. And what else threw the rhythm off is that instead of you having blitz beaters, which is somebody running a shorter route or slant, a hitch, whatever you want to call it, everybody going deep. Makes no sense.
I would say that's how Tom Brady was winning games. Is he always had the check down if that deep wasn't there.
He had to move the check down. Other than the times that he threw it to Justin and he overthrew him. That's not good enough.
Yeah, Hill should have been there as the check down.
Huh?
I said it should have been Hill as doing an out like an out check down or something.
That's when he was already rattled. There was no other check downs. That whole game. We can go back. Everybody can go back and watch it. You can see there was no check down. There was not one receiver because they were blitzing. They were bringing the house every time. Not one receiver was on a check down. That's one. Number two, we did not run the ball. Period. I don't care how you roll it out. You didn't run the ball. I don't care. Every team has bought 8 in the box. There's never been a time that nobody bought 8 in the box with us because they're afraid of Lamar's legs. We still ran the ball. Unfortunately, it's 2 weeks ago, we didn't do it. So I don't know if it's a setup or whatever it is. I don't care. Everybody gets some blame. Offense gets some blame. Defense gets some blame. Penalties get some. Everybody gets some blame. The refs get some blame. Well, we done. Let's move on to these players. Let's move on. Sean Bateman, yes, I'm trying to keep him. And going into the draft, I'm gonna tell you who I want in the draft. Old boy from Missouri. His name is Robinson. He's a D tackle. He reminds me a lot of Calais because he's 6'6" and he's an athletic freak. He doesn't
I think
remind
a
me
few
of Calais
people have
Campbell.
mocked him to us already too.
And the only reason I say that because he can play the edge, but he also can play inside, which we need. And he's 6'6", 287. You can get him to 300. He'll get that muscle, and he's muscle though. He's not like Calais is not a muscle dude.
Are we saying keep
He's
him
muscle.
and Sam Matabike?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, because Matabike is a 3 technique, and that's mainly what Matabike is. You
Okay.
get Robinson, you can play him on it. You can do the same thing you used to do with Calais, but what we've been doing with Urban. Play him inside on the base package. He'll be the DN. Put it that way. He'll be the 5 technique because that's where he would dominate. Unless we're going to take the Robinson that we have, which I thought they were going to do, and slide him inside and just have him go forward, instead of dropping back. I don't know. We right now we don't have a true Sam linebacker. The one we did have was Malik Harrison, and now he's a free agent. Unless they're going to re-sign him.
I think they'll be able to get him for cheap. I think he'll,
I can see them re-signing him, and I can see them letting Tyus go. But he's not an athlete like Tyus. Like Tyus could actually cover. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest difference.
Yeah, we definitely gonna need a nose tackle. We're gonna need some ends. It's just gonna be really weird this offseason to see how things turn out, like as far as free agent wise, because we losing so much. Like if you look at just our defensive backs, here's all of the free agents. You got Arthur Mallett, you got Kevon Seymour, Trayvon Mullen, Ardarius Washington, Geno Stone, Daryl Worley, Rocky Sin, Ronald Darby. I think Rock can go, but I think Donald, Darby, man, we need to see what's up on signing that guy back.
Yeah.
Arthur Mallett, I loved his gameplay this season.
Dog might have earned himself a contract too, though.
Yeah,
he played that well. He might have earned himself a contract, so it may be hard.
And then, of course, Seymour, I think he probably signed back for cheap for depth.
Yeah.
And then as far as pass rushers, I mean, we got 5 that are free agents: Jadeveon Clowney, Harrison, Calvin Noy, and then of course defensive end Matabike, and then Brent Urban as far on the D line. So then that was 5 pass rushers and defensive ends combined. Offensive line. What's up?
They're gonna bring Herb back on the cheap. Herb just gonna sit home. Just sit home. We bring you back like we've been doing until you decide to retire.
Oh yeah, I think Urban will be a cheap option, and one of those ones we won't have to do that big time, negotiation for a big deal for. Back to defense. Of course, Pat Queen and Delshon Phillips. I think Delshon might come back on the cheap. If we're just trying to keep that continuity there.
Yeah, I mean, you want to have some depth. Like to have some depth behind, because I don't think, obviously, I think somebody said in the comments earlier, you think Queen is going to follow McDonald to Seattle. I think he can, but I don't know. They have a linebacker that's Brooks. I think he's on his 5th-year option because him and Queen came out at the same time.
Mm-hmm. So, but you gotta think about like who's that guy, and when Rex Ryan left, Bart Scott was his guy, right?
Yeah, but I mean, are you
going to cut with him?
Yeah, but are you going to cut? You going to cut Wagner? Who you going to cut?
Wagner a little bit up there. He a little up there, ain't he? A little long in the tooth.
He is, but I mean, I'm just saying, like he's a Seattle. He's like a mainstay almost. You know what I'm saying?
He's a little staple. They know the cat. They probably But I honestly, if I was saying like I want the young shiny new toy who's gonna come in and Rex shop, I'm going with Queen.
That's the same thing. Like think about it this way too with Matabike. Hopefully we can get him back. He may go to Seattle, or he may want to go to Miami because Weave is down there.
Yeah, I think when it comes, he did say he loved Baltimore. That's his home. He said this is a business stuff.
Yeah,
so we know he ain't getting no discount. He ain't giving no discount.
ain't giving no discount, and he ain't doing no franchise tag. You could already tell. He said this is a business, so I already hear that I'm not doing the franchise tag. So
Yeah. So then if we moving on over here to the offense, I mean, you can see we're gonna have some holes in the offensive line. So this is where Cleveland's gotta step up, but we're gonna have Zeitler gone, John Simpson gone, and Sam Mustipher gone. I think Sam can come back for the cheap. That'd probably be the ones you negotiate. Let him test out free agency, but let him see what he can get. If he can't get anything, then you can bring him back.
Nobody want him. He's gonna be back. What's good, Reg?
Oh, Reg, yeah, what's up?
Nobody want him. He's gonna be back. Sam Mustipher will be back. As far as Simpson, I think
he said, "What's good, everybody? Let them all go." He wanted to save the money for a wide receiver. You already know him.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get Zeitler back, but I think Ben Cleveland has proven that he should be starting. Because the 2 games he played this year, he did phenomenal.
Yeah, so, and honestly, I like Simpson. I really do like Simpson on one side, Cleveland on the other. That would be a good combination to keep that offensive line looking stellar.
Somebody played his way out though. I don't think we're gonna be able to get him back, bro. I think unless he coming back on a pretty good deal, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Zeitler, the second the game was over, I guess he was begging EDC for a contract. So, I guess as soon as the game was over, he was already saying he wanted to come back to Baltimore. Yeah, of course, he was probably beating on the door. EDC's office, like, please.
Who said that?
Zeitler.
Yeah, because he's at the end of his career. He's on the back end, and where you really gonna go to get any type of deal done? But you gotta get. You got Cleveland sitting there. You got Voorhees who's going to be ready to play, whether he's going to play right guard, left guard, or even tackle for that matter. So you got those 2 in the back. You need to draft a young tackle that you can develop behind Stanley. So unless Voorhees is good enough to shoot out there to left tackle, which I don't really doubt because if I'm not mistaken, he played left guard, he played right. He played every position except center at USC. He played left guard. He played.
I think Delicious got a point there as far as Voorhees getting one of those guard spots.
He's starting, bro. He's going to start. He was a steal. He should have been like a 3rd or 2nd round if he had blown his ACL. He's definitely going to start.
And Justin, about the tackles, I mean, Morgan Moses is on the last year of his deal this upcoming season. And then, I mean, based on his performance, then we'll have a conversation about it. But I think, for the 2024 season, I think we're fine with our continuity at left tackle and right tackle, as long as we don't get pissed off at Stanley and say, hey, we can save this money and send him out the river.
I think they're going to restructure. I don't think they're going to send him on his way. I think they're going to restructure it because you're going to lose a lot of money if you cut him.
How many times we restructured this dude already? It got to the point to where we restructured so badly that he was hitting for a $49 million cap hit one year.
Well,
and now,
you don't want the worst thing you could do is let him go, and then you not have nobody to replace him. That's going to be good enough. So you better off restructuring and drafting in the 1st or the 2nd round, drafting an offensive tackle that you could, that you could develop. And again, like I said, I don't know. I think Voorhees you might have him right there. Like I think Voorhees is that good. Like again, he played every position on the offensive line except center. He's that good of a lineman. What she talking about?
Brooke is passionate about getting rid of Stanley. She said, "Please let him go. Forget the money."
If we let him go, we gotta have a replacement though, Brooke. We just don't want to remember that. We keep him for another year.
Right now, like we saw bits and pieces of Faele, but he wasn't. The feet weren't there.
He's not a left tackle.
The feet weren't there. With Pat McCarry, we saw bits and pieces, and Lamar was still able to be successful with him there, but that's not a full-time replacement.
And he's not consistent enough either.
McCarry. He's also on the back end of his contract. It's the last year of his deal. So I mean, who's sticking around for the long run?
He might want to. We might be able to trade him just so we can go someplace and start. I mean, I wouldn't let him go.
Brooke said, "Pay her." She said she's in. That's funny.
If you cook some big macaroni, I believe you can do it.
Boy.
You
All
make
right,
some
Peterfield said, been spoiled a left tackle that we forget what it's like to truly not have one. I agree. You know, when you seeing these quarterbacks, they're just racking up the sacks. You know, you definitely really know what it is to be missing a left tackle. You know, when you see Joe Burrow take over 72 sacks in a season,
Yeah.
you know, that's when he didn't have no left tackle. And I know that they paid our guy. They paid little Zeus Jr., but you can definitely tell like he wasn't on the field because his wrist got broke because he didn't have that protection.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. And we sitting here and I thought I was gonna be off of here early. But I guess we had a lot to discuss. Brooke, am I gonna beat you to it? Am I gonna beat you to it? I got you. I got
you. She was ready. She was on it already.
Oh, she got it. Okay.
She beat you way beforehand. She beat you. She was already on it. She was like, I'm waiting. I got it.
Yeah, the cut and paste is send it. Well, y'all, it's been real. It's been an amazing comeback as far as just being able to just chill with y'all, discuss the matters of this team. You know, we got to hit the reset button as far as our mindset and be ready to focus on this 2024 season. You know, whatever happens in the Super Bowl is whatever happens, but we'll be ready to rock as far as, you know, our Wednesdays. You know, Valentine's Day is an important day of the year, and I'll be in discussions with upper management. Yeah, I'll be in discussions with upper management and see how the franchise feels about me and my position as far as the show, and then we'll have a discussion, and then I will probably put out an announcement earlier that day as far as the decision.
Hey, tell y'all right now. See y'all in 2 weeks, man. We'll talk about
so we will see about Valentine's Day because I feel like if I can get her to go play hooky with me, you know, during the day, then that might make up for the whole thing. So, but like I said, y'all continue to have me falling off the couch, man. I appreciate you know each one of y'all, and even the new subscribers tonight. So make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and smack the bell. But yeah, we gotta get rolling. You know, I gotta get to bed. Y'all wish me luck because I got a huge meeting tomorrow where we do some good budgeting and all that good stuff. So take care. Make sure like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and smack the bell so you know when it's going down. 2 claps. Fade to black.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go.
Ravens.
Couch Rider. We gon' ride out. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.